Hi, my name is Lee, and I'd like to show you a quick tutorial on how to solder DU-BRO Kwik Links. Here is an inventory of the parts and tools I use to do this project. The most important item is the OD solder kit. When I first tried doing these solder links, I was using electronic solder and flux, which is a big no-no, but I didn't know any better, and nothing on YouTube corrected me. So once I learned the right way, I decided I'd share this little tutorial and see if this could help someone else that was in my position. Here are the DU-BRO 256 solder Kwik Links, number 603. They come 12 in a package. This is the DU-BRO steel rod. This one has a threaded end and then also a blank end on the other. Allows you to cut to length, bend, and fit to adjust. You need some sandpaper to rough the steel rod. I use isopropyl alcohol to clean the rod before fluxing. Most important item now is the solder. This is the water-soluble paste flux. It is not for electronics. I bought this in a kit from a local hardware store. It comes with the flux, the brush, and the solder. It's number 50691. This is more than you need, so if you want to save money, buy this paste flux and then get the smaller tube. This is a large spool. It'll do me fine, but you can go to the store and buy a small spool of it instead. You'll need wire cutters, needle nose pliers, and I highly recommend buying a Bernzomatic micro torch. These are very nice. It heats better than a soldering iron. It's quick, lights right away, and what's really nice is that underneath you can refill it. So, very nice tool to have in the hobby shop. Okay, that's what we use. Let's get started. Once you have bent and cut the wire to your needs, let's rough up the solder area with a small piece of 150 grit sandpaper. Just roll it around enough to rough up the wire. Then take a cloth with isopropyl alcohol and wipe the end clean. Now we're going to measure the location of the Kwik Link again, taking special note of the orientation of the link. So you're going to install the connector and position it properly for your control arms. And once I have that information, I'm going to find the open seam of the Kwik Link and using a Sharpie mark the position of that line. If you look, there's a seam split and you'll slide it on. And then just mark a little line guide to tell you where that seam should go. Also, when you put the link on, notice that I leave about 1/4 of an inch of the wire sticking out. You don't want it hidden because that's too loose. You don't want it all the way in because it might hit the control arm, so about right there. Okay, now we are ready to apply the flux to the wire. I have the wire in a vise with the black line on top, and I'm going to apply the paste flux to the wire now using the brush. Apply a liberal amount to the top and the bottom. I'm going to get enough in there so that when I reinstall the connector, I'll have flux on it as well. And now I'm going to take the Kwik Link and slip it on the wire and give it a spin. I'm going to realign it back with the black line so I can see the seam, and then when I apply solder I can see it flow and coming up through the connector all the way to the sides. Once you find the seam, line it up with your black line, and now we're going to start the torch. Have your solder by your side, and it's important to heat the metal, not the solder. You heat it until the flux starts to bubble, and you don't need a lot, and once you've done this, just gently apply the solder and let it flow into the seam. You'll see it flow right in there really quick. Remove the heat, and then do not touch the joint. This is very important, because you do not want to blow on it or apply anything cold to it that could actually hinder the joint and make the solder weak and crystallize. So let it dry on its own. After 30 seconds or so, take your towel with the alcohol and wipe off the excess flux paste. Tug and pull on the connector, twist and turn to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And if this image is in focus, you should see the solder flow on the link. Nice joint connecting there, strengthening the sides. This connector is not going anywhere. It May take you a few test runs, but you'll get the hang of it very quickly, and I dare say this is a lot of fun too. So I thank you for watching this quick tutorial on the DU-BRO Kwik Link connection, and hope this helps you with your project, and have a great day.